We're gonna let that song play out a little bit. Yeah, we're back with episode 34, guys, of the DrewCast. I'm excited. Last week we did like a short like alien episode type thing. It wasn't even like the DrewCast to say what's real. So, but yeah, and it did pretty good. I barely promoted it. Here's why. So, in the same week that we did that video, we dropped a music video on the first channel, our WPOB, our music channel. If you guys have seen the music video, just comment. Just you know what, bro? Like, one of the things that kind of bug me is that I actually want like criticism. You know, like, obviously you're my brother, obviously. So when I say, hey, Justin, did you like it? Yeah, bro. Like, obviously, right? So, and I'm also what I want to bring up about the music video. I loved it. I thought it was some of my best work, obviously, right? And then I'm kind of done pretending, if we're gonna be honest here. And what I'm about to say is, we have gone like what? It's in like 10 years doing music, like this, like, you know, right? So I'm kind of done pretending that we're not like one of the best rappers from here, especially you. Like, I'm done pretending. If you watch that music video and you still think that me and Justin can't rap, I'm sorry for you, bro. Like, I feel so sorry. Like, I'm not even on some like, hey, I'm trying to be a braggadocious, right? 9 out of 10. But like, bro, if you watch our stuff and you still don't put me and Justin in like the top 10 rappers from here, you don't know hip hop, bro. Like, you don't know bars. Just say you like party music. Just say it. And that's not even me taking shots at people from here. There's phenomenal people who make music here. I'm talking bars, bro. No, bro, if you do not have, forget me at this point. But I feel like that. This is me from my heart, right? If you don't have me or my brother in your top 10 rappers from this area, your list is not a valid list. Who puts in this type of work? No one does, bro. A lot of people do, actually. Forgive me, a lot of people do, actually, when it comes to music. So I won't say that. But, you know, if you don't have me on your list, you at least gotta have this guy, bro. You have to have my brother on your list of rappers from here. That's what I think when I watch the veteran video. Like, bro, how many more of these do we have to show you guys? You know what I mean, Justin? Bro, I know my brother's really humble, so he's sitting on the camera like, you know, Andrew, you know, not really, but like, this is how I'm seeing it right now, right? So, but at the same time, how many more of these do we have to give you guys? Like, how many more bars do we have to give you before people start taking this shit seriously? That's my take on the Red Room, by the way. So before today, were you a big fan of the Zoo? Not really, right? Because me and you, we talked about this before.
I don't know. I'm like on the fence. Like, I kind of fuck with the Zoo because I have kids, and like I think that's like stuff that like kids should. They're never gonna see.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever gonna see like a fucking giraffe, unless you go to Africa or some shit. But it's cool when like kids see a giraffe and like, oh my god, this is a real thing.
That's the only reason I think zoos won't ever get abolished, right? It's because of the kid factor. It's the kid factor.
The whole concept of a zoo and everything like that, no, I think it's kind of depressing. But other than that, I mean, yeah.
So I don't want to say I think like this because of my girlfriend, but once I started dating her, I started to realize, like, bro, zoos are hella garbage. Like, what are we doing? Like, today we went to like the kangaroo exhibit, and what was that exhibit where like that one thing was just like slumped over hella? It looked like it was drugged up. Was it like a redneck? It was like a redneck wallaby. And like, you go through the zoo, and I get it, the kids like it, right? So I get it, but when you point it out to people, right? Like, Emily will point that out to like members of her family, like, oh yeah, zoos. So my kid just can't have fun. So you just say my kid just can't have fun? It's like, that's, slow down, okay? Put the glass of alcohol down, slow down. No one said that. But it's just like, okay, for instance, Point Defiance had a polar bear, right? What are you doing with the polar bear? No one said that? No one went through the exhibit, bro, and said, what are we doing with the freaking polar bear? Like today when we saw the giraffes. What are we doing with giraffes, bro? It was cool, right? I get it.
But, I get it.
Like,
the one that threw me off was a snow leopard. Like, what the fuck is a snow leopard doing in 80-degree Washington?
yeah, and it was like hella hot today. Remember I made a joke like, wow, I don't see any snow. It was more depressing when we saw the wolves, bro. You know, because that's like our brand, right? Like, I love those animals, dog. Like, so, like, when I see those wolves, like, bro, you don't deserve to be, like, dude, they had a white guy. I'm not joking. This white guy had dreads. Trying to tell the wolves to come. I'm not coming to you, white guy with dreads. If I'm a wolf, me and my boys are tricking you. That's what's happening. Me and the pack are getting together. You see the white guy with dreads over there trying to give, yeah. Hey, next time he turns around, over. That's what I'm doing if I'm a wolf. I'm not letting the white guy with dreads feed me. That's what's happening. It was cool. Okay, they had a dinosaur exhibit there today, right? That was cool because my nephew loves dinosaurs, right? And I pretended they were real for him. I remember, oh no, the Tyrannosaurus, you know, like, oh no, look, oh, you know, like, it's cool. But it's not cool. It's not cool when it looks like the koala bear is leaned out on Xanax, bro. Remember, he was just like, he just looked hella leaned out, bro. What are we doing? Like, it was cool to see the peacock was like running around freely, right? And all the kids like, oh my God, a peacock. It just sucks, bro. And then it comes to the point where I've always said this. They probably do, like, out in space, they probably do that with humans. And on the left, we got humans from Earth. The humans that are like, please let us go. And all the aliens like, he's talking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they probably do that to humans, bro. And to a certain extent, Earth is probably like a galactic zoo. And on the left, we got Earth. They still hate people over their skin color. You know what I mean? Like, that's prehistoric shit, dude. The cool thing, though, and I will give the zoo this, is the otters look like they were having fun, right? It's probably not hard to please the otter.
Yeah, no, he was put on the show.
Yeah, he was put on the show. The bear looked, remember the bear was pacing back and forth? That was sad to see, bro. Like, I wanted to break him out, dude. And, guys, there was rhinos, right? Me and Dustin was saying how, like, they're like the apex predator type shit. What are rhinos doing here? That rhino had, like, its horn cut off, basically. I don't know if they considered the thing on his nose a horn. I'm not a zoologist, okay? You know what I mean? But the rhino was just sitting there, like, just pissing from the back. I don't even know what he was doing. Like, the piss was coming out like a squirt from the back. It was weird, dude. Like, it just felt like everything felt naughty. Like, I'm not supposed to be seeing an orangutan. Like, why is there like, we even made a joke, like, me and us were like, hey, you know, oh yeah, okay, so there was a sign about, was it the emu, Dustin, or the female ostrich, where so it said the female ostrich or the female emu they'll have the eggs, but they don't take care of the kids. And I took a picture, so we're gonna post a picture up here, but so basically it's like, hey, they don't take care of the female will have the kids, but they don't take care of it. That's why they call emu the father of the year, because the father will step in and take care of it. We know a lot of people who are emus. We do. We know a lot of women who are emus. Just drop the eggs and bye. Mama's going to the club. Mama's going out to eat. The father emu's like, damn, really?
The grandma emu has full custody.
The grandma. No, but she's a bitch too. Remember the female? Yeah, so grandma wouldn't have to be grandpa. Grandpa's like, hey, I'm sorry I gave birth to her. Come here, guys. Come here. You know what I mean? He didn't give birth to her. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. I'm not a zoologist. If I could change one thing about the zoo, I just wouldn't have them exist anymore. Okay? And let's just say it. Let's just say what everybody's thinking. I don't care what your kids want, dude. What if your kids like seeing humans be tortured? Are we gonna keep doing it? Because, but so you say my kids can have fun? My kids can freaking no, bro. That's what I'm, bro. Parents say that shit. I'm like, oh, hey, we can't get rid of zoos because how am I supposed to keep an eye on my kid? Like, it's like, dude, who gives a shit about your kids, bro? When it comes to that type of stuff, I'd rather a polar bear be in the North Pole. I'd rather the bear we saw. I'd rather the bear be in the mountains free ranging it than your kid at a fence, like, you know. It's cool to see kids happy, man, but like the zoo shit, I don't know, bro. Like, and then today was the first day It was the first day someone told me to put on a mask ever during the pandemic, right? We were going to go see the sea otters. And I go to walk in and she's like, mask. I was like, oh, sorry. Because I'm usually the one telling people where I work. You got to put on a mask, bud. Hey, bud, mask time. So it felt weird. Like, you know, we're like almost a year or so into the pandemic. It felt weird having someone to tell me to put on masks. I felt like, oh, sorry. Because there was a sign that said, hey, the outdoor stuff, you don't have to really wear a mask, but we recommend it. But the indoor stuff, wear a mask. And but like, it was like, I didn't argue. I put the fucking mask on. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like make it a big deal. Like, some people do, and they all look the same. There is no way you can tell me. Anybody who's watching this, if you work retail, you know what I'm talking about. The people who complain about the mask stuff, they all literally look the same. There's no... It's like this weird, like, I don't understand it, dude, because I was at work the other day. So my work, if you're not vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask, which makes sense, right? So this lady's walking up to the front door and she's like this, Justin. Okay, no, she's going towards... So she's leaving... She's not leaving through the exit. She's leaving through the entry, okay? So she's leaving through the entryway, and she goes, you shouldn't be wearing that, honey. You know you don't have to wear these things, right? And I was like, ma'am, you're leaving through the wrong door. So I don't want somebody who doesn't know how to read, right? You're not telling me what to do. So I just lied. I'm like, hey, what if I want to wear this? She goes, you want to wear that? Well, obviously I don't want to wear the mask. But for you, yeah, I want to wear the mask. Now I want to wear it. It bugs me because we're a year into this pandemic and people come into the store like this. Hey, do you have an extra mask? You should already have one. You should have one. Oh, we have to have a mask in here? What? Yeah, it's been a year. Where the fuck have you gone where you don't have to? Where? I can understand a couple months into it, right? You're a couple months into the pandemic. Everything's new. I understand. We're already a year into this. So instead of going to Trader Joe's and complaining to the fucking front door guy because he won't let you in without a mask, why don't you read? It's the same people when they see the customer service light is off. No one's there. The light is off. Hey, is this open? No, dipshit. It's fucking closed. But we can't talk to them like that, can we? No, we can't. We can't talk to people like that. So we have to baby you guys. Oh, no, ma'am. The light is off and there's no one behind the counter. I don't know if it's closed. Like, oh, let me check with the manager. No, you fucking retard, dog. It's not open. It's not open. I'm mad tonight. You're going to find out why I'm mad tonight. You're going to find out because I'm about to flame somebody at the end of this episode. So it doesn't matter if I say the R word or whatever because I'm doing God's work tonight. So save the cancel shit for later. But yeah, if you come into a store a year and a half into a pandemic, you have to wear a mask in here? Oh, do you have an extra mask? No. Hey, buddy, no, I don't have an extra mask. Bring one in. You know what I mean? You guys don't mind bringing your badass kids into the store. You guys don't mind having domestic violence throughout the store. Oh, but I forgot the mask. Sorry. It's embarrassing. You don't work retail, son, but like, wouldn't that annoy you? And then they wonder why we're always so mad. They wonder why when we're at work, your customer service isn't that great. Yeah, because I have to deal with a bunch of idiots like you all day who don't know how to read. And they talk to you like this. They're like, hey, you don't have to wear that stupid thing. You know, honey, you shouldn't even be wearing this. Okay? Some of you, let's be real, okay? Some of you should have the mask on. Because I've seen a lot of you without it. Yeah, put the fucking mask back on. You also don't deal with that, son. You don't see a lot of people besides us. So you haven't had to deal with, when you first met someone like maybe 6 months ago, they had a mask on, right?
I mean, I worked retail for like fucking...
No, you did work retail, but I'm saying you didn't work during the pandemic. So we meet somebody, they have their mask on. Oh, you seem like and I'm not even trying to like shame people here. So whatever, if it comes off as shaming, like I'm already I'm already pumped up. Cool. You see them with the mask on. Okay. You go, whatever. Then now, some of them have been taking the mask off. Yeah. You put it back on. Put it on. COVID, where you at? You know what I mean? Like, put the mask back on. Like, now I feel like it's Halloween all over again. I like look around, it's like, spooky goose, you know what I mean? And not to be rude, but it's always those people, bro. It's always the people who are like they can't read, they don't understand anything. Every time like they like, oh, can I get these headphones? Yeah, hey, I don't have my glasses. I'm kind of blind. I can't read. How did you get here? If you're blind, how did you drive here? Do you think they pay me to read to you? You think they pay me to read to you? I didn't know that. Bro, but Justin, bro, I can't tell you how many times a day I hear, oh, hey, can you, I can't like really read that, man, because like I don't have my glasses and like I'm like blind and like bro, not only do I not give a flying fuck about your life story, how did you get here? How did you get here if you're blind? You drove here? You drove here? They're like, yeah. How did you get here then? So these are the same people who get to vote? You're out on the streets driving blind, and you get to vote for our next president because you can't read. You can't read. You know what I mean? You can't read. You can't read. Have some fucking white guy ask for his receipt. Oh, so it's just discrimination, huh? Yeah, no one's discriminating against you, fucking hippie. Move along, dude. Move along. But yeah, it goes back to the whole mask etiquette. We're already a year into this pandemic. So can you please not act like complete fucking idiots? It's embarrassing, bro. It's so embarrassing. It's these same people, dude. That's why the government can control us the way they do. You know what I mean? Like they can control us because, hey, Dr. Fauci said, you know, hey, Dr. Fauci. Have you ever met those people that said, hey, I don't know, but like Dr. Fauci, like, bro, what? Dr. fucking who? Doctor who? Ah, man. Those same people, bro, that wear the mask in the car. The same, like you go to a family function. Hey, you got a mask? No, you're my family. So, what? I'm leaving. I'm leaving the family. Bro, I'm so glad you and Kylie didn't do that because I was like, bro, when the pandemic first started, I was like, please, bro, please, my family don't turn into idiots. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if we're going to see each other, let's see each other. You know what I mean? Let's fucking, you know, I go to your house to see the kids. Like, hey, Drew, do you got a mask? No, no, but I have legs. So I'm going to walk away. I'm going to fucking leave, dude. It's the same people, dude. It's ridiculous, man. I don't know. It's like you get it from both sides. It's either this, right? Hey, honey, you know, you can like take that off, right? You know, you could take that off. And then there's the people on the other side. But Dr. Fauci said, like, yeah, you can't win. You can't win. Okay, guys, tonight, I'm going to end off with something I'm very, very passionate about, okay? So, if you went to Pacific Middle School, I graduated high school in 2011. So if you went to Pacific Middle School around 2007, 2006, and this probably has surpassed decades now. This has probably gone on for decades, okay? You know what this reminds me of? You know when the church, Justin, like a priest will like rape or molest a boy and they just move him to another school. They don't do anything about it, right? Why are we so afraid to hold people accountable? Like, it just seems like we don't want to hold people accountable anymore. Right? This all comes down to the adults in this story that I'm about to tell you. So when I went to Pacific Middle School, there was a teacher there, right? His name was Mr. Steele, okay? The PE teacher. From the time I was in middle school, the time you went to middle school with your class and beyond, and even the grades before us, you would hear stories about him. They would warn you.
Someone from 2003, I think, was complaining about it.
On the thread that was posted?
Something like that, yeah.
So that's a long time, see?
Because we were there in like 07, 08.
So I'm going to show you, I'm not going to read the whole post, and I want to thank the person who posted this, Michael Driscoll. He posted this at the time of this recording, he posted this 15 hours ago. So there's a petition. It's for a proper investigation into the Highline School District. Guys, sign that petition. Okay? Sign the petition. Because when I get into this story, we're going to trickle down the line of adults who failed and continue to fail their students. And the worst part is, there's parents who sent their kids to the school. Right? You failed the kids, you failed the parents, you failed the school system, you failed education as a whole. There's also a Kit Sapson article on it, because what you were telling me is they had a sting. He got caught up in a sting.
It was like him and
A lot of other people.
19 other dudes.
Yeah, and I don't know about his case specifically, but he was trying to talk to someone who he thought was hella young, dude. And he got caught up. So his court date is set for the 25th of this month. So the person said, when I was in middle school, my 7th grade teacher was Mr. Steele, like a lot of us who I'm about to talk about. Like many other students, was warned of his predatory behavior. We were too. I remember hearing about that, right? And I think it's important to note that before even witnessing or actually being a student in his class, you were warned of his intentions. Let that sink in.
That's telling, because he had a reputation for just being a fucking weirdo.
A fucking creep. Yeah, I'm not letting off on this one. So this is the beginning, okay? And I'm not trying to work myself up. I've already been worked up enough this week around that type of stuff. So, yeah, if I get a little angry, guys, excuse me. Excuse me, okay? In my graduating class alone, I can think of over 25 young adults, including myself, the person says, who had been put in an uncomfortable, inappropriate situation at a young age due to his actions. Girls were always asked to do different exercises. I remember that. Inappropriate comments and gazes were routine practices in his classroom. I also remember that. Not to mention his unfair grading system, which was male-biased and popularity-driven. He tried to come off as the cool young gym teacher, often crossing boundaries with students and being highly unprofessional at others. So, and the rest was the person's talking about their Snapchat story. So, but the point is, you said in the thread, so went as far as 2003. Okay, it could be longer than that.
I can double check, but
No, we can. Will you actually check that real quick before we talk about that? But the point is, even if it did happen before 2003, it could have happened longer than that, bro. The guy's 46 years old. Right? I remember going to the middle school at the time. I'm getting hella upset, bro, because like I remember girl students of ours, our classmates, they would cry before going to his gym class. They would be scared. They didn't want to go to his gym class. You know what the fucking principal and other teacher said? Oh, you have to go. Oh no, you guys, it's just rumors. He doesn't do that. You have to go to his class. There was a lot of girls who, and when I went there, told on him. You know what the school did? Nothing. The school did absolutely fucking nothing, dude. Which brings me back to my point. All these adults knew, and no one did a goddamn thing. So now, and it's not even just Mr. Steele, but I have 2 nieces. And I know this happens to boys too, so let's add them in here too. I have 4. 2 nieces, 2 nephews. You want me and their parents to send them to school with these type of people, where if my niece tries to tell on this guy, she gets called, she's a liar. She gets told that it's not true. Because I promise you, someone gropes or touches my niece in a sexual way at school, you're dead, dog. There is no jail time for you. That's what a lot of these fucking pedophiles don't understand. No one holds them accountable, right? Because sorry, I'm just upset. The justice system doesn't hold them accountable. The teachers at the school don't hold them accountable. Their bosses don't hold them accountable. And the parents sometimes don't even know that this is happening. Do you think our mom knew about that?
Probably not.
I don't think, see what I'm saying? Like, why weren't the parents notified?
But that's what I was trying to tell you, is like literally everyone that I could think of that we went to school with knew that he was a weirdo. That was kind of the, yeah, Mr. Steele's a fucking creep. So if all of us know that, bro, the teachers had to have. And if they knew that and
They didn't say shit, man. Listen, if you're a teacher that went to that school and you're watching this for the first time, don't come up on here and say, oh, we knew and we tried and we tried. Yeah, that game's over, bro. That game's over. Don't come up on here talking like, oh, we tried and nothing could be done. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Let's just put 2003 because that's the only concrete evidence we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 18 years, bro. You tried to do what if this went on for that long?
You tried what? Now I have a story connected to this because she's gonna allow me to say her name, and I actually want to thank her. You're not only are you very brave for letting me say your name in the story behind this, and I'll allow you to make your own. I'm not gonna allow you. I'm sorry. I'll away from this video. I want to hear your take on this through a post or maybe through a video, or maybe your actual thoughts on this, because what she's doing, Dustin, could potentially have other girls come forward and like, hey, I'm gonna be strong now and I'm gonna come forward. But I went to middle school and high school with somebody, her name is Zahrah, okay? And she told me, because I remember she was one of the main people that was fighting this back in the day. Okay, so Zahrah, I didn't see that you made a post about this 9 hours ago, and I apologize. So she basically goes, when I was in that fucking creeps class and he violated me multiple times, I tried to report it. I remember that, okay? And the school turned around and suspended me. Yeah, they suspended her for 2 weeks. And tried kicking me out for defaming the lovable Mr. Steele. I was looked at as a problem student after that. She said, nobody believed me except Mr. Ferry and Mrs. Goldberg, rest in peace. And I'm going to heart this shit because I love that you're speaking out, by the way. Okay, I remember back in school, she would talk about that, bro. I would see the look on her face during classes. And I remember when she came back from her suspension, I'm like, oh, you know, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, oh, and then Mr. Steele when she comes back, so he only gets 2 days. She said he got, I'm going to read it, okay? He got 2 days of admin leave. And she said he came back to school and started slandering me, trying to tell everybody I stood in a room about him. So the sick motherfucker who groped a fucking little girl, basically, she's a little girl, right? The sick fuck who gropes a little girl, gets 2 days leave, comes back to school and starts rumors about that girl? You're a fucking creep, bro. What? The school suspended her for 2 weeks. My daughter gets touched and you guys suspend her for 2 weeks? I'm burning the fucking entire building down. That's me though, right? That's me. Someone gropes my niece and molests her, sexually assaults her, and you get 2 days leave, bro, there is no jail time. There's no jail time. I'm putting one in you. A bullet in you. There is no jail time. I'm sorry, bro. Pedophiles the justice system doesn't fucking care, right? Why is it that people who rape and molest little kids, they get like 10 years, 5 years, 2 years? Why? Why is that?
Yeah, I never got that either.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's
like a life-lasting traumatic experience. It's like that's gonna be with them forever.
And this kind of reminds me of this, right? So this kind of reminds me of it, okay? So she gets suspended for 2 weeks, okay? Why is my daughter, who got fucking felt up on by Mr. Pervert, why is she suspended for 2 weeks? Bro, Justin, dude, someone would have had an answer for that, right? If you're the dad, I'm going to that school. One of you motherfuckers has to answer for this, dog. Why is my daughter suspended for 2 weeks? Why? What? And then the fucking guy who felt up on her starting rumors at a high school? Dog, bro. You see how cringy that is? This all boils down to, and Zahrah, let's just be honest, Zahrah. The parents failed you. The adults in this situation, they failed you. The school system failed you. The justice system failed you. Everybody involved in this, they failed you. And I'm sorry. No one can take that back. I can't take that back. I wish I could. She said that affected her to this day. That's what she told me. And she said it was okay for me to talk about all this. So I want to thank her for letting me share the story, at least on my part, because like, bro, what? And they also threatened to expel her. They were mad, and they even called me a liar. What? They called a little girl a liar, bro? She says, thinking back on it now, it definitely triggered a downward spiral. It triggered a downward spiral in her behavior. Isn't he? You know, bro, the point is that there's too many little kids in this world they're just being let down by everybody around them. Everybody around them is just letting them down. And why would I want to have a kid? No. So I could what? So I can send my daughter to school. She gets fucking felt up on, and now she's gone for 2 weeks. What am I supposed to do as a dad? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to let you guys suspend my daughter for 2 weeks? Am I supposed to let the guy who felt up on her walk around and still teach students? Because as a man, you're not touching my daughter and you don't get to come back and start teaching. No. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how that works. What would you do to son? I'm not, God forbid, that's never going to happen, because anybody watching this, we ride for ours. But let's say you're her dad, right? They suspend your daughter for, bro, what? Like, I can't even fathom that. And watch all the teachers and the people who are involved in this. Oh, you know, that little, we knew, I'm so sorry. No, we don't want your sorries anymore. You don't get to come on here and act like the heroes now. You know, the teachers and principals, especially Miss Beeman. You remember Miss Beeman?
Yeah, no, I agree with the dude who shared that, because like there needs to be an investigation, because like there's no way this just like normally happened. I just don't understand it. You're right. Like, everyone failed that girl.
They failed her.
She came forward and tried to seek help, and then they just like, you know, basically just said fuck her, and like, I don't even know why you would get suspended for that in the first place. So that needs to be investigated, because that's just fucking weird. Yeah,
I think some people need to lose their careers. I'm not trying to be that type of person, bro. You know me, Justin. I'm not the type of person that like goes after people's jobs. But when it comes to like this type of stuff, sorry, someone needs to lose their career. They need to get their tenure taken away, their 401k taken away. Something needs to happen. You don't get to walk around saying, I was a good teacher. I loved my students. No, you fucking didn't. No, you didn't. And you know what? It's not just Zahrah that they failed. They failed a numerous amount of girls and women and young girls that came forward. No, they failed them.
It's probably in the hundreds, bro, because that guy said 25.
I knew hella.
Everybody in my class, we knew he was a weirdo.
I know other teachers are going to say, like, what was I supposed to do, right? But, like, if you're at a school and your job is to take care of people's kids, you're supposed to teach them, nurture them, be patient with these kids. If a kid comes forward and says, hey, one of the other teachers at the school's like groping on girls, your job as a teacher, you bring it to the school board, you bring it to the principal, you do what you can. When does it become a, hey, we fucking failed? Instead of the teachers like, oh, we tried. Nah, there's no more of that, bro.
I wouldn't even accept that if I was her.
I'm not accepting that anymore.
And like, you know, she listed off 2 people. I fucking forgot the
Mr. Ferry. Mr. Ferry,
No,
thank God she mentioned Mr. Ferry.
Like, didn't care. If they came to her and was like, hey, sorry, you know, we failed you, this and that, I'm not accepting that.
I'm not accepting anything.
She said it caused a bunch of
shit to go
stuff in her life, like, you know, that their shitty apology isn't gonna change any of that.
And Zahrah, I remember going to school with you, and like she was probably one of the like nicest girls to me. You know what I mean? She was an awesome friend. I remember one time me and her were making fun of mom, because remember when she gave birth to William, and she's like, damn, how many kids your mom gonna have? I'm like, yeah, we said the same thing to her. You know what I mean? Like, so Zahrah, I'm so, it just sucks, man. Because then we go to Matt Rainier to send. We go to Matt Rainier, and Mr. Blunt's doing that shit. Mr. Blunt's being a fucking weirdo.
Same thing with him too, bro.
Mr. Blunt's a fucking weirdo too. You don't deserve to teach anymore, bro. You don't get to go to another school. This isn't the Catholic Church. You don't get to teach anymore, dude. When is that going to be a thing? Sorry, I'm like really animated and like fired up here, but when is that a thing? You don't get to teach no more. Career done. Zip it up. You're done. There was I don't know what his name is, but remember the volleyball coach from Marinier too? Got caught sleeping with students? Yeah, he did. The volleyball coach from Marinier. The volleyball coach is sitting there doing it too. Like, bro, what?
But that's what they're saying, though. Investigate Highland, because, like, that shit happened in
Yes.
the district, like, hella.
If you guys are watching and you support this show, sign that goddamn petition. I'll put a link in the description too. It's probably going to be still up by the time this drops. Sign the petition. Okay? I don't have sympathy for people like Mr. Blunt, Mr. Steele, and that whatever that volleyball coach. I don't have sympathy for these type of people. Okay? And in fact, Mr. Steele, if you end up watching this, if you end up seeing this video, big giant fuck you, bro. A big giant fuck you. I don't give a fuck about your feelings, bro. I hope you don't ever teach again. In fact, I hope you rot in a jail somewhere and people like real life like criminals, I hope they take care of you, bro. And when I say take care of you, you know what I mean. I don't have to explain that one, do I, Descend? I don't. Yeah, and Mr. Blunt, whoever watches this, bro, and you like little girls and kids, yeah, big fuck you, dog. Big fuck you. I don't give a shit, dude. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably like, oh, he's defaming me. Defaming you. Imagine saying this, and imagine a pedophile saying he's defaming me. You know what I mean? So when he likes little girls, I'm defaming you? I guess I'm defaming you. I don't know what that's like. Imagine a pedophile being able to argue against me. Hey, bro, you like little kids? The show's over. There is no arguing. There's no arguing. Hey, the show's over. You like little girls? Yeah? Show's over. So, yeah, please, Zahrah, if you guys watch this and you have a similar story to her or anybody else that's in this thread, I beg you to come forward. They have no more, there's no more, these teachers can't run no more. The school district can't run, they can't run no more. Let's come forward and let's put some fucking pressure on these people. Because when I decide to have kids, people who are like molesters, rapers, and all that type of shit, I don't want them near my kids. You don't get to be near my kids. There is no, oh, hey, baby, why are you suspended? What? Okay. Then the school got to go. You know what I mean? The school has to go. Any parent watching this would agree with me on that. Any parent watching this. It's a scary world, bro. Like, you don't understand, like, how many predators are out there. This is why this always will continue, because no one wants to hold people accountable. Teachers, no one holds anybody accountable, bro. The justice system doesn't hold them accountable. Their peers don't hold them accountable. Their bosses don't hold them accountable, so they can just walk around doing whatever the hell they want. I don't want to get too angry, but like I said, Mr. Stilbo, if you end up watching this, I kind of hope you do. You were one of the worst teachers at Pacific anyways, all right? I don't even think you're a real gym teacher. What did you do? You had his class, did you? What did we do? Besides, he let the girls do jumping jacks while we had to go in the corner and do push-ups so he puked. I mean, what? You weren't really a teacher, dude. You weren't really a teacher. And it kind of sucks that, like, we had to go to school with you.
Had him for 8th grade?
I believe I had him for 8th grade, too.
It was the 7th grade I had Mr. Rhodes, then he left.
Mr. Rhodes is fired, dude, yeah.
My second half of the 7th grade I had Miss Moore.
Mr. House, he was a good teacher, too. Maybe they didn't know. If you guys didn't know, whatever.
Saying, I don't think there's any way they didn't. How did the whole school, as far as like the kids go, how did they know?
I just, please, there's a couple teachers that I like from the Pacific. So I just, please don't come on here. Please don't come on here making excuses. Please don't. The girls that went through all this, they don't need to hear your excuses no more. You had a chance. All of you had chances back in the day to right this wrong. You didn't take it. You didn't take it. So now we're going to take it for you. And we're going to handle this for you. Guys, if you went to Mount Rainier or Pacific, we got to band together and help these young women, bro. Even the ones that aren't young anymore and they're older, yeah, we have to band together behind them. This is how we hold people accountable. People who molest, rape, whatever, even if they're doing these type of crimes to guys, like to young men too, we have to band together. That's the only way this gets fixed. We had to put pressure on these people. You guys suspended my daughter because she got groped by a teacher, and now you want me to be, like, as a father, you want me to just accept it? I don't know what world you think this is, but it's not that world, okay? This is not the world where I'm just going to accept my daughter being groped. That's not the world we live in. Guys, just do me a favor. Okay, I'm going to put the link. Let's sign the petition. Let's get some shit going. And if you have a story about Mr. Steele, comment on the video. I think the whole world, what needs to happen is if he doesn't go to prison, which I'm assuming he's not going to go to prison, what needs to happen, you don't get to teach anymore. You can't show your face in Des Moines anymore, bro. You can't show your face around here. You're not going to show your face on here. Every time you walk anywhere here, you're going to get shamed, publicly shamed. You don't get to teach here no more. You don't get to go to the bars here, go to the grocery store, like, you know, the thing that teachers, you know, that little thing that teachers do. You don't get to do that anymore. All right? You should be on a sex offender list. And you should be, there's other things that I can't say that should happen to you, actually. So let's sign that petition, guys. I ran a little long today because this is something I'm really passionate about, obviously. And I there's just so much thoughts that go to my head and I can't form them half the time because I'm so passionate and like angry. You know what I mean? So now let's do what we got to do. Okay. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I always say, guys, please take care of yourself. Let's focus, because this next year or two is going to be super huge on the show. And we need to be on the same page here. We need to be on the same page. This should be a safe platform for everybody to come on, everybody to come to. You know, you don't feel like attacked or threatened. I pride myself on that, actually. So, but yeah, till next time, guys. Peace.